What's going on, everybody? Here we are live on Hot Topic with Copville. Let's ride.
What's up, everybody? So I just want to give a quick shout out to Ghostbed, one of the OG first-time sponsors of the Anti-Hero podcast back in the day. They've been with us since day one because they have the widest variety of beds and bedding for the lowest price. I would suggest checking out their patented cooling sheets. They keep you cool on summer nights, especially people that live in hot-ass states like we do in Florida. I speak with the VP on a regular basis. He's become a good friend of mine. We stand by and guarantee ghost bed. So if you're going to replace a mattress in the house, or you're going to redo the sheets because your kids peed on them or your mother-in-law peed in it, whatever it is, go to ghostbed.com/culture and save 10% off the already ridiculously low prices.
I always wonder where he came up with your mother-in-law peed on the sheets. Like, I love it. What's going on, my man?
What's happening, dude?
I heard you got some big news out of one of the best agencies in the United States. That groundbreaking. So give it to us.
All right, we'll kick it off with that. So we had one of the OGs, the guys that had been there since the department started. He's getting ready to retire, which means promotion moved up. So we're actually about to have an opening. So anybody who's seen it, who's interested, wants to thought about it, man, you're about to have your shot if you want to try and come up to the kingdom. Generally, for if you have, just because everyone wants to know starting salary, if you have
let me get it. You didn't say, you forgot the whole part, man. You're gonna get advertiser. You didn't even say where it was. Sandy Springs. Sandy Springs. Sandy Springs. Yeah, you fucked. We'll start over. We'll end the live. Let's get back.
I figured
Sandy Springs Police Department, right outside of Atlanta.
Police Department in Georgia. Okay. Yes. All right. Well, we'll back it up. If anyone doesn't know me, my name is Jordan Ennis. I was as Georgia State Trooper for a long time. You don't know me, Google me. I left Georgia State Patrol. I work at Sandy Springs Police Department, which is a metro department north of Atlanta. We are the shit. I don't care what anyone wants to say. We are the shit. As far as forget everything you want to think about city policing, we are completely different than that. We go hard. We police ultra aggressive. This city loves us. The people support us. The city backs us. Everything everyone else is afraid to do, we do. We, like you say, we're groundbreaking. We are weapons free for chasing. We work and police the way policing should be. We are supported in everything that we do. And if you come to the city of Sandy Springs looking for a career, you will be as happy as you probably can be in law enforcement. We don't care where you're working at. If you got something that you don't like about it, I guarantee you we don't have that shit. Yeah. We have a lot of the big crew of a lot of guys we have lately is most of the guys that come here are a lot of them are veteran. We have state troopers from all over the country that have come here. I was a veteran state trooper. I left, and to come, one of the other guys who's also a veteran with me, he came. We have guys who are supervisors for years and years who have left the department to come work for us just because we have everything you could possibly want a department to do for you as far as your job, plus the support to actually do your job and for them to take care of you. The city's about 40 square miles, 38 square miles. It's 110,000, 120,000 people. We touch the very, very north end of Atlanta. So we have a very good flow of traffic and the people come in and out. We like saying high crime is not good because high crime is definitely not good. The idea is, you want to make your area as safe as possible, but it definitely does filter over to us. And we are very aggressive when people come into our city and do dirt. Far as shifts go, we work 12s, fixed 12s. We have 5 cars, 6 to 6 cars. We have about 153 sworn. We run about 14 to 20 people per shift. Starting salary, if you got some years on, about 5 years, starting salary is going to be around the low 80s to come in. $10,000 sign-on bonus if you're from out of state, $6,000 sign-on bonus if you're in state, 22% contribution to your retirement. We have special units for anything from SWAT to CID to crime, street crimes, traffic. We have the Chattahoochee River flows through our city, so we have guys that ride the boat. Detective investigations. We have guys that are on TFOs. We got a little bit of everything. All our special units come with a bonus, just like everything else. The department, as far as if you like physical fitness, there is not a department that will support your physical fitness journey like ours does. We are paid to work out on duty every single day. They pay for your gym if you train somewhere else. We have an in-house gym that is state of the art that you can train on every single day. We have a yearly PT bonus. We give you $1,000 a year to pass the PT. I don't know. That's just there's whatever you think you want in law enforcement, we got it.
And I have a picture of your chief standing on a car he chased in the woods. Yes. So you guys have the ultimate support. And this is a good segue. This morning's episode talked about like mental health and the problem. That sounds like a very mentally healthy agency. And that's what we're trying to get is, guys say, oh, well, I can't go anywhere. I'm trapped. You're not trapped. You can move anywhere. You're starting at $80,000 with 5 years.
Yep.
Walking to an agency that supports police work. So there's no excuses. The only excuse, I guess, is you guys are not just hiring anybody, and you guys have a waiting list.
I said before, if you apply, don't get your feelings hurt if we don't pick you. They are very selective about who they pick, just because of the influx of really good guys that apply with us. With the city has locked off, we're the highest paid department in the state. Will always be, have always been. The benefits. We have the best equipment. We have the best training. We have the best of everything. And because of that, they want to recruit the very best to work here because we are afforded a lot of opportunities, and they want us to do our job the best we can, and they want the best people to do that. So if you are going to apply and you do, I'm not saying we're not going to look down on anybody, but it's very, very competitive to work here. So if you do apply, you might go through the whole thing and you might get a thank you, but no thank you. So don't take it personal.
Well, and when I hear people say you can't fix law enforcement, you can't make a difference, there's no way to fix the monster. Here's an example of an agency that does everything right. So there is hope out there. We just need to get more agencies like this that have that mission. And there's the soft mission, like, don't do anything, don't chase anybody, we'll just pretend it doesn't exist. And then there's an agency like yours that goes, we know it exists and we're going to do everything we can to stop you. And that's where mental health is high. That's where there is a brotherhood. That's where there is camaraderie because it breeds it. But when you have a place that allows people to, let's say, look like this and dress like this, I'm not here to make fun of people and hurt people's feelings. But if I saw that and I'm like, that's probably not my agency. That's not where I would want to work. I posted a picture, another guy, I showed it to you. I'm not going to repost it. It caused a bunch of drama, but the agency breeds the police. Like their guys are going to be a direct reflection of the agency and what they stand for. And you guys will not stand for slackers, out of shape, guys aren't training. And look at what you got. You got a full house and you got one opening that you're over here to talk about on a podcast because it's that uncommon to have that one opening. That is like the New York Yankees, the Patriots, and the great run. Like everybody wants to go there, and you go, hey man, you might be really good, but we just don't have a spot for you right now, and that's a good problem to have.
Yeah, it's a great place to work, man. And like you're talking about other than the fact of how enjoyable my job is day to day. All the support of the city was really the biggest thing. I mean, I was in a bad place with the agency that I left, and just because they treated you like shit, and I was there forever, and it was kind of the same thing. It was scary even for me to leave, but it was the best decision I ever made. It just made me happy. It changed all the negative shit that had floating around in my head is all gone. And
I'd make a lot of my life, so. I make a lot of jokes and make a lot of stuff about mental health, make a lot of memes, but this is the other side of that meme where it's like there are agencies that support you and you can have a good time and you can pick cars and chase cars and do an LVNR and they're not going to walk all over you. So here's a question. Have y'all seen the cop using the fire truck ladder as a shooting position and disabled the suspect? I did not see that one. Oh, maybe I did. I think it's a headshot. Maybe it's a headshot. I don't know. Liz Marie says she found where she wants to go. We talked about physical fitness, and again, I'm not here. What's up? But I am here kind of call people out. But I'm gonna let this run. This is about a minute. This is the Dallas Police Department's physical fitness minimum standard to get hired. So enjoy the video.
Move your elbows to or past your kneecaps. Lower your body. Jump from 2 feet, attempting to reach as high as
6.5 inch vertical
You
jump.
must jump 6.5 inches. Press up.
65% of your body weight one
You've
time.
completed the second event. Lift your upper body by bending at the waist.
14
Move your elbows to
sit-ups.
or past your kneecaps. Lower your body by bending the elbows until the top of your arms, shoulders, and upper back are parallel to the ground. This constitutes 1 repetition. You must keep your body straight throughout the event to the forward line, placing 1 foot
This
over
one,
the
I don't know how
start
to
line
gauge. It looks
and
pretty easy to
sprint
me.
back to the start line. Make a left turn around the first cone, then zigzag in a figure 8 fashion around the 4 cones and zigzag back to the start line. Turn left around the first cone and sprint to the forward line and sprint back 1 more time. 1 foot must crosses the finish line. You can as fast as possible to the finish line. You must complete this
300
run
meter
without
run.
assistance.
110
It's going to be hot and humid.
and a
Pace yourself.
1 mile run in 1.5 mile run in 1909. So again, I'm not trying to be a dick, but that seems pretty I don't know. I don't know that that's worth even having anybody run through, because I don't know that
That's just saying that they
have a standard. Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably on like the Cooper. I don't know what percentage.
I think there's a name for it. Somebody else messaged me.
The Cooper fitness standards. Yeah. I mean, that's probably like the 20th to 30th percentile.
So we have that. And where I want to transition with that is because I made a post and then I referenced this video. So let's imagine that's your basic standard. That is your backup. That's the people that are going to come help you. And then you run into a call like this.
Yeah. This
is in Las Vegas. Now, we'll talk about the video, but do you think anybody that passed that minimum standard is even possibly ready for what's going on here? I don't. The bob and weave, man.
that was a solid takedown.
Let's watch that.
That was a good takedown, man. Yeah.
So now civilians are getting involved. I'll let it run because the dart taser on the second cycle is pretty legit. Yeah. So there he is, cycle 1, and then the textbook like meme worthy. Cycle 2. So we have that's what we're oh man, I hit the wrong button. That's what we're looking at in law enforcement. That's what's happening. That's the type of calls we're going to. So in my opinion, that Dallas PD test is not preparing you for that call.
No.
And so let's talk about that. I posted it and I got a lot of opinions. What is your opinion when you see that video?
I like that guy. I do. I mean, like, just because he's got all right. You can tell he doesn't train, or he doesn't have a set of skills that he's just going off. He's just brawling, which I'm cool with. Hey man, sometimes you just gotta fucking let it go. But so he has the heart for sure. He wasn't backing down. He went right back in there. But he had and again, he's 2-on-1 and they're both combatants. So he's just charging in there headlong. And those two dudes, they probably just wanted him to leave. They didn't really actually want to fight. They weren't like double team whooping his ass. But he has the courage for sure. But he lacked the set of skills where he had the direction for doing it. But he just won by attrition. He just kept fucking going until he kept why he waited so long to tase that dude, I don't know. Like, especially when he jumped up and he started shadow boxing or whatever the fuck he was doing. I'd have been, and I think that was a taser 7, so I'd have let both them.
You can hit them both, yeah.
Yeah, I'd have let them both.
Now remember, I'll give it to us. We're Monday morning quarterback. We're not there in that situation, and we're trained to do the double taser, and I've always wanted to see that because the second cycle goes faster than the first, and it speeds up. But he did wait a while. But I agree with you where I am sometimes critical, and I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm not even.
No, I'm into it. Like, I'll buy that dude a beer. I'm down for that. If you want to fucking keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting until if you just win just by sheer stubbornness, hey man, fucking wins a win. And it turned out good. He did get spiked, but jumped right the fuck back up and was right back in it. So I'm with that. I'm all
there's an old wrestling guy, Enzo Amore used to say, and you can't teach that. You can't teach what he's doing as far as heart. He's got it, and that's where you can look at a cop and go, he doesn't have it. And you look at that.
Oh yeah.
With some minor,
he wasn't going to stop. That dude wasn't going to stop.
And 2-on-1, I don't know. There's really, other than the taser right away, like you said, there's really not many options. With obviously two gentlemen that don't want to cooperate, it's very difficult in a 2-on-1. Thank God there's civilians, like that was in Vegas. Civilians showed up and assisted. I posted it, and my point of posting it with my caption was not to go after him. My point of posting it was cops sitting in their car making TikToks and get ready with me and not training. They aren't even mentally ready for 1-on-1. No. Now you got 2-on-1.
They're not doing that shit. They're not. They're backing. They're running
away until they win the lottery and that day comes, and then they have to.
They're not doing that. If they're presented with that, if for whatever reason they're presented with that situation, they're not even engaging.
Here's an interesting question: what would be the best standard across the board for LE, male or female, and do we get that across to command? I guess physical standard. That's a tough one to really tackle. Yeah. Ours was not terrible. They brought in, what they did with my agency was they brought a doctor in, and he asked everybody, like, it was miserable. It was like 100 questions on a piece of paper, and he puts it into a magic wand, and out came a standard, and it wasn't terrible. It was like a 300-meter run to start. Yeah. You had to jump like a gap. You had to weave. You had to go over the back, a pretty decent sized set of steps. There was a breaching door. There was a dummy drag. There was some battle ropes. Mm. It was actually pretty decent. I'm not knocking it. I think what they put in. The problem we had, though, like everything else, was we had a fucking female show up, and she's like, not doing it.
Yeah.
And they're like, what do you mean you're not doing it? And she didn't have to. And then we had guys that like couldn't finish it. Then it's like, but you can't enforce it yet because it's really not in place. But you have a person that works here that can't get over a 4-foot wall. Like, now what? Yeah. And it always gets touchy in this area because I see a lot of guys get their feelings hurt, and it's probably guys that aren't ready. Oh, I work detective, or I'm here, I'm there, and I have a firm belief. And let me start with this. I was a fat piece of shit at one point in my career. I got dope. I got heavy. I could still get by all these tests, but I was not in the greatest shape. And I didn't do jiu-jitsu yet, so I would have probably been like bob and weave there, and I would fight. I'd probably get killed, but I wouldn't back down. But at some point, I did get in that shape. So I look at it like this job at the core is patrol. You might be a detective now, you might be SRO, you might be community affairs, but at the end of the day, you're a cop. And that is my biggest gripe with these people is if you're not prepared for that fight, what are you doing here?
And my big thing, even though I think the detective argument, whatever, all right, fine. You're not using it because you're going to get in a fight. Use it to be fucking healthy. You're going to sit there and watch your stomach grow over your gun belt because cops are super sedentary lifestyle anyway. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying you're going to have to do the obstacle course because you're going to need to go out and patrol or have to jump over a wall. You're sitting around, keep yourself healthy, but use it to get yourself to past retirement. I mean, don't be the cop who goes to fucking retire and then 6 months later they dead. Because how many times everybody knows more than a dozen cops that retire and die within a year because they just stop. Don't look at the PT standards or PT tests as, well, I'm not on patrol, I don't have to do that. Yeah, but you have to walk up and down your stairs every day. You have to pick up your kids probably still, right? You have to work long hours. You're going to sleep like crap. So use it to physically take care of yourself, to make yourself as healthy as you can be for after like I want to get through this job as healthy as I can. So when I'm done, I'm healthy and I can have my retirement and be healthy.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what I want. I don't want to wait till I retire. Well, I'm going to start being in shape. I want to be a fucking savage dude now. So when I retire, I'm an old savage dude.
Well, and you don't get that. You don't get you don't get to go back. You abuse your body. You only get it once.
Yeah.
So you can't unabuse your body. You can get better. Yeah. But I'm in the same boat. I'm 49. I'm retired. I do cardio twice a day. Yeah. Twice a day, I go to the gym and I do cardio. And I have, other than, I look at it like, you're a cop, you can get in that fight. I can't get in that. I don't have to worry about that fight anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe off duty, something, personal.
Yeah.
But I don't want to fucking die, dude. Like, I don't want to die at 49 or 52 or 55.
No.
So take the cop out of it. Why wouldn't you want to be healthy just so your kids get to see you as a grandfather, or your wife gets to hang around? Maybe she doesn't want to, but your wife gets to hang around with you for a long time. Why, as just a human, and I'm not, obviously not everybody's going to join the gym tomorrow. This isn't a gym pitch, but now you have the responsibility of an entire town or entire county and people calling you going, hey, this is the worst day of my life ever. I need you to help me. Yeah. And you get there and go, that fucking walk up the driveway was rough, dude. And, it's like, and I've been there. I've been out of shape. So it's like, and I guess, is it the pot calling the kettle black, or is it I realized I had deficiencies? I know I was sloppy and I changed it. And I woke up one day and went, that's not the right way to do it. I'm going to do it a different way. The
thing is, like, the people don't realize is, like, if you, it is really, really easy to get in functional shape. Like,
Really?
compared to like the majority of people in society are, to be in better shape than most people is really easy. I told people, listen, man, to start out, go to the gym, put the incline on the treadmill at 5 and just walk for 30 minutes. That is going to whoop your ass. Yep. All you're doing is walking. So just do that. If you get good at that, that's fine. Most people in the US can't even do that shit for 30 minutes. Just do it. It's not going to take anything. It's easy on you. You're not going to have joint problems. You're going to be fine. You're going to be sucking wind by minute.
When anybody ever asks me, the easiest thing, I say the same thing. I say 10 3 30. Yeah. 10 incline, 3 miles an hour for 30 minutes. Dude, it's a mall walk. It's a mall walk. Yeah. But your body will begin to. So that's when I started getting, when I was cutting down for my crew, I started there, and I got addicted to this arc trainer now, man, because it's less on my knees. I have like a challenge with myself. Now I do like the highest level, dude, it's miserable, but I'm now able to do like 300 calories in like 17 minutes, which is cooking. But it's like I create my own little challenge in my head and go, okay, tomorrow I have to do 16:55. Let's get there. Yeah. And before you know it, you're like, damn, dude, like my cardio's up. I'm a disclaimer. I'm a flamingo. I don't train legs, but that arc trainer is like a full leg workout too, because it's killing your quads. Yeah. So if you want to skip leg day like me, get on that arc trainer and
just the simplest like functional movements with weight. So like a buddy of mine, he's been a firefighter. It's like, so he's gotten to, but when he started, they had a fire tower. And the fire tower was 4 stories. He would walk the fire tower up down for an hour, full gear. When he worked up to it, full gear. Dude, if you see this dude in a straight, his traps are fucking huge. Just from supporting all the gear. Yeah. Like, and everything's just all does walk up and down the stairs. That's what it is, walk up and down the stairs. Well, and this dude looks like he actually worked, he never done anything but functional fitness.
Speaking of traps, like everybody hits shrugs. I do farmer's carry. I carry those like big kettlebells or whatever, and just walk, and that's way better for your traps. This guy's got a question here, I think. Oh, here we go. Do you think if a department sees federal funds, they should do what a federal agents like FBI board? I think they should all have physical standards. I'm a firm believer now that we should all be physically fit. Most cops say they've never been in a training video until it's time. Realistic training in the training department, like realistic training, like fighting to. Like I see that video and I go, maybe our next block of combatives should be a 2-on-1 scenario where you got to survive like 2 guys. Working out is great for your mental health. Absolutely. That's all it is. Bike. Sit on a bike, ride a bike.
Yeah, do bike, swimming. If you have access to swim, dude, swimming's great, man. Swimming, I don't care how good of shape you're in. If you've never swam hard, you're gonna do 1 lap and you're gonna be like, well, I'm gonna drown now. It's the most difficult thing. Anything functional. And that's more along the lines of like what I've been doing. Like for like my time is like I haven't lifted heavy weights in years and years and years because like it just diminishing returns, man. Like being super strong, I'm still really strong, but like I was really strong, and no one gives a shit how strong you are. Like it's like how much can you actually do when you like how many times can you do? I would rather squat 225 pounds 50 times than 500 pounds once. You know what I mean?
Well, it just makes sense for this job. Functional.
for sure.
I hate saying CrossFit work because I got all taboo, but that type
Yeah,
of functional fitness
you
workout.
kind of weird with that. A lot you get real fucked up and hurt from doing that.
I'm telling you, I got addicted. I benched my PR bench was 370 pounds. And it was before I did jujitsu, and I walked into jujitsu like I can bench 370, and then a 140-pound dude whipped me up one side of the gym, down the other, and I realized he weighed 570, pounds, but he only looked like he weighed 140 pounds. So that was my moment of like the same thing. And then the joint pain, and all the injuries that come with being lifting heavy, and it's an ego. I mean, I'm at that point in my life, I was definitely egotistical. I wanted to put them big numbers up. Now, it's like I have a grandkid. I have 4 kids. I want to see me grow old. My dad passed away at 54. His sister died at 54, both from heart problems. I'm 49.
Yeah.
I don't want to die at 54. Like, I don't want to ever die. I'm hoping they come up.
Man.
I hope they come up with the like wonder drug that keeps me alive. Cause I got like I want to go on a 7-day cruise and gamble for 7 days. I love it. It's like so I look at it like I don't want to die just as a human. But then when you add the fact that you are responsible for an entire community, and I make these posts and I get a lot of, well, oh, it's hot out. Maybe his vest is here. Oh, he's got his gun on. His vest is somewhere else. And I just can't get behind it, man. I know we make memes and this is a joke and my page is supposed to be funny, but at some point I got to draw a line and go, if your life's not important enough to take care of yourself and put your vest on and be prepared, then why are you in a career field that you're responsible for your life and thousands of other people's lives? Why are you in that job? It doesn't make sense to me.
And the better you are physically, like that helps reduce your stress when you're navigating your day to day. When you're going through your calls or whatever you're going to respond to. I move through this career unafraid during my day. I am unafraid. I'm not saying I'm the baddest dude, but I know that whatever I come up against, I have enough physical ability that I'm going to at least survive the encounter. Right? I can handle whatever it is. So whenever I go in there, I'm not even stressed about it because I know that at the end of it, it might be ugly, and I might get dusted up a little. That's fine, but I'm gonna be okay.
And just like that video we watched, that dude probably he may not be the greatest trained, and he might have just that day, his brain's going. That dude had the same mentality, in my opinion, that I'm here for it. You want to fight, both of you? We're going. You want to take me down? I'll get back up.
Go. Yeah.
I still can't get past the fucking bob and weave. Like every time I see the bob and weave, I'm like, my man, he's out there, ready to throw knucks, man. Like, excellent, but. I look at that guy like
I'm all for it. I'll buy him. If he ever wanders out to Atlanta, I'll buy him a beer.
Yeah, I'll buy him a beer. He can come on down to Florida, man. Like I'd take that guy over somebody who tries to tell me it's okay to work
1,000%.
a day without a vest or it's okay to be 300 pounds because I can't.
Because he's in Vegas. He's in fucking Vegas in the middle of August.
Yeah,
banging with a vest on.
Yeah, not only that, it's a long sleeve shirt, isn't it? He's got a Class A on, man.
Yeah.
He's banging with the Class A on, dude. Like, I mean, he was ready for him. I was waiting for it. That was it. So, like I said, I just, it's tough, man. All right, I'm gonna play this one you sent me. This is Atlanta.
Yeah. Now I don't know the backstory on it, to be honest.
So he just walks up to his car and starts throwing.
Yep.
Hold on.
So we don't know the backstory.
No.
Tactics there are crazy. He just punched you in the face 6 times and you get out of the car and leave the door open. That could have been, I don't know what else happens, but
I don't either.
But there's an example of you're sitting in the parking lot, you're not in shape, this, that, the other, you're just cooling it. And some dude, I wonder if that's domestic. It kind of looks, I mean, other than, I can't imagine.
I don't think it was like hearing the rumblings about it. It was just perp on a Saturday or some shit. Yeah.
So now, all right, this is a good for what we just talked about. So now we see that in America, you could be sitting in your car, minding your business. You don't need a vest. You don't need to be trained. I'm a cop. And some dude can come up to your window and light you up with punch. That guy's got a gun. Because it's a gun. I mean, if it's a gun, you're pretty much done. But now what? Now what do you do? What do you do? You have no jujitsu training. You have no physical fitness training. You're out of gas in 5 seconds after you get out of your car. what do you do?
Yeah.
This is the job that is
Yeah.
staring you in the face. I don't know. I don't know why they get into it. Like, I guess it looks cool.
They don't. They don't think, because all right. Let's be honest. The percentage of it actually happening in Atlanta, sure, fine. But if you're in BFE somewhere, the percentage is always there. But odds are you're probably can squeak through and nothing's really ever going to happen to you. So they're just playing the odds. But the problem is the odds. You playing for keeps when you do this shit. It ain't like if your number's called, man. If your number's called and you're in the middle. There was a place like I grew up in a very, very nice area in Pennsylvania. Nothing ever happened. It was ultra, super, super safe. And one of the times there's only ever an officer involved shooting was right at the end of my street, just randomly in the middle of a town where nothing ever happens. Dude gets shot right in a park at the end. I don't think it's ever even happened since, but only happened ever. Nothing ever happened there. So that guy won the horrible lottery, and he just got lit up one day in a place you never thought it was ever going to happen. So
and I try to look at it like I always try to use sports analogies. If you're playing for the Yankees, you're in a big city, you're like well prepared. Obviously, they're best in the business. But if you're in like single A and some 40 people in the stands, you're still trying to perform to make it to the Yankees.
Yeah.
So if you're a cop in a small town, you're still just like the big town cop. You just don't see as much. But at any given moment, some piece of shit could pull into your town that just murdered somebody or has driving across the country after committing a homicide, and it could be your day. And that's where I look at like standardized. I'm not on the national police. I'm not calling like for tyranny, but I look at a standard and go, these guys in Atlanta, dude, those dudes don't get a break. Those big, they don't get them big city guys. They don't get a break, man. They're 24/7, 365, just disaster. But the same salary and same job and same status is in a town of like 40 people. And I get it, but any given day, man, that call comes. Your responsibility when you did all this and you took the pictures with your family and you promised you were coming home. If you're 300 pounds and you don't wear a vest and you can't move 5 feet, you're not fulfilling the promise to yourself, to community, or your family. You're not.
Yeah. You go on ODMP and like you see like it's like shootings and then heart attacks. Like the
car crashes, shooting, car crashes. I don't like to get into guns. I mean, some people like a small Glock, some people like a small SIG. I mean, carry a gun.
I mean,
I would go to a range. If I were you, if you wanted the gun advice, I would go to a range or go to a class, learn how to shoot first. And then just like shoes and everything else, there's different guns, different hand sizes that's going to accommodate you the best. Recoil management, all that stuff is going to be a factor. So there's no catch all. And Glock versus SIG versus
the best gun is the one you can fucking hit the target with.
Yes. So my suggestion is go take a gun class, a real one. Go take a real, not like a concealed carry where you shoot one round at the end of the day. Go take a legitimate, like, safety first, learn how to handle it, learn how to manage it, learn how to reload and unload and reload, and then shoot the gun. And then once you get your fundamentals down, you go test different guns out and find out which one works.
And it is a perishable skill. Don't think.
Learning, I can't.
If you don't train, if you don't, like it doesn't have to be something crazy. It's not be crazy. Like your life depends on it, right? It's so frequency is good, but every month, just go on a Sunday. Just go and put a couple mags through. I'm like, I'm still good, fine, sure, but don't. Yeah, man.
I'd be embarrassed. I'd be embarrassed to go to the range right now. I shot a little bit. I shot with Eddie Gallagher about 2 months ago, and we went out to a private range and shot, and I did okay. I was shooting a silenced 22 handgun. You talk about can't miss.
Yeah.
There's no recoil, but it is. And I noticed, like, another thing. I'm easy to admit, I got real crazy into shooting when I met my wife, who was an excellent shooter and trains every aspect of law enforcement religiously. So then I started getting serious about it, and I would notice when we would get busy and I didn't go to the range for like 5-6 weeks or a month, 2 months, and I was like, I'd go back out there, and I was on SWAT, but we didn't always shoot. I could see the difference. Like, man, I was dialed in. I was, and then I started making silly mistakes, jerking the trigger just from not doing it. So it's just like anything else. You can't. But and just think about what we just talked about in 34 minutes. All those things that required for law enforcement, and then you got people just doing none of them. It
Yeah,
just
not
doesn't-
even not even a single solitary one.
But why? I don't, and that's where I get in. Like, why be a cop? Is it? That's when I think that some of the people are right when they go, "This guy's bullied in school," or "This guy, it's a status, it's a uniform." Because why would you do this job, knowing that you require? And I guess you're not required, but you should be required to be able to do all the things we just talked about for 30 minutes, and you can do none of them.
Yeah, and because it's just, like I said, they're just playing the odds where like it's gonna. They're just figuring that the job's not gonna catch up to them. They're gonna do them for however long, and the job's not gonna catch up to them. Or if it does, there's gonna be somebody there that is squared away. That's gonna
Like, let's think about you. Think about all that you've been. Think about you. Like, what if you were just a good driver? Okay, so you can drive fast, you can pick cars. All those critical incidents and pits you got into. Imagine when you stepped out of the car, you had no skills, no ability to fight, no firearm skill. Like it'd be like, what was the point of all this?
Yeah, I wouldn't have had any longevity doing it.
No, that's what I'm saying. And it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I think I really felt bad. I'm getting emotional, and I'm like, ever since I went on this cruise, I had such a great time. I'm like getting soft. Like I posted that about that guy, and then I got so many, and I started to feel bad. And it's like, I guess bullying is not and I don't know him. So to be honest, I don't know him specifically. And maybe I caught him at the wrong day. But is there a wrong day to catch somebody when you're wearing a Serpa holster, unsecured t-shirt, and a badge? I guess there is always a time for something crazy to happen where you might have to jump out and you're not, you're going to drive into the gym, whatever it may be, and you want to identify yourself. So you're off duty at some point. So I'm not knocking that. Maybe he was. Maybe I was a little quick to judge. But for the most part, the things I post are Miami, South in Miami, no vest, working disturbance calls, working details. It just, I don't know. So I kind of feel bad. That
of all the stuff you said, like you post a lot of stuff with like people with like fucked up setups or whatever it was like that. I mean, whatever. I mean, you can if you have some weird way of that's the way you fine. The no armor thing, I don't understand why you don't I work in Georgia, man. It's 100. Just obviously South Florida, yeah, okay, but it's not. It ain't 70 here and 170 there. Like it's hot as fuck here. Like just wear your armor. You're gonna sweat. Oh, get a cool cop. Stick that bitch down your shirt. Like just come on, man. It's just the armor thing is just stupid.
I will. I think there was a short time in like I went to the sheriff office in 04. I remember working a shift without my vest on. I did it. And I remember my buddy Christian pulling up, Christian Matson, best friend in the world. And he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, it's fucking hot." And he's like, he drove away from me, disgusted. He was like, and I was like, put that motherfucker back on. And I never worked.
That was the GSP thing, man. Like GSP, like the old dudes never wore armor. They never ever wore armor. It was so stupid. But I mean, whatever. So now, I mean, the biggest thing, even less than an excuse, is like everyone has outer carriers now. I mean, there's some places that they still have internal carriers, but that's the worst thing. Internal carriers they're horrible. But if you have an external carrier, man, shit, stop.
Yeah, and that's what I get into is like our agency has an external carrier system, and you still see guys standing in front of Walmart at like community affairs events, and it's almost like, well, it can't happen today. I'm giving out toys or I'm doing it. You don't know what's going on in the park. You don't know what dude's out in the parking lot fighting with his old lady and fucking knocks her block off, and he's like, you know what, today's the day.
Some days it's just your number's called. Like the guy, we just had a shooting outside of Atlanta a couple days ago. Like some kid he's mad about COVID, so he went to the CDC, had like 3 ARs, and got in a position and then fired off, and just to attract the police, and then ace to the cab guys. It was in his car, and then it's just someday your number is just called, man.
That was DeKalb County, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about that because I made a post about that, and there's 2 female detectives that have a massive TikTok following from that agency, and all they do, fucking hate them. All they do is get to the station every day and like talk about their outfit. I got gator shoes on. I got this, and that's every day. Like, it's ridiculous. And the chick came at me in my DMs, and I'm not going to block you, sweetheart. I got something for you. Then she blocked me. But I made a post about him passing away. It's tragic what happened to him. God bless his family and him and everybody that works with him. But I made a post about maybe it's time to go talk to those 2 detectives about what they do with their everyday schedule and playing dress up, that this could happen to them. Somebody that worked there didn't like what I said. And they said, this isn't the time for that. We're mourning as a family. And I thought about that. And my wife had said this before. It's like, there's no better time to discuss. Unfortunately, we don't want anybody to get killed, but that is kind of the point. Like, if I get killed and there's something that I did that could have prevented it, or it could have helped somebody else, I would want you to go, hey man, we just lost a guy, like a cop, and you guys are parading around here with no vest on, playing dress up. You don't train. He was ready. He showed up, like, and he still got killed. So my point of making that post to go talk to those people, maybe it's time to tell them to stop the bullshit. Let's not let a guy die, and then people around him are still not doing the right thing and not prepared for that call that he went to, and we don't say anything about it. And then if they get injured or killed, you go, now we lost 2. So my point of that post was not to be disrespectful to him or his family or the people, but that's a good time to go, we got a couple of detectives playing dress up, dancing around in clothing and not doing their job, and they're not taking it serious. Maybe now's a good time to go to them and go, hey, we just lost a guy. Like, maybe you guys want to go to the range, get some training, start shooting, doing a little more.
My biggest thing, and so for that situation, like, I mean, granted, so I know where they work, like generally where their precinct would be. So like, I don't know them specifically, but I mean, like that area, they're kind of far. But like, you can't even go help. Like I'm saying, like, you should want to go help. Like, if you hear that if they're, I don't even know their situation, but the radio break, everyone's going, right? The Sandy Springs even sent people. There was hundreds of cops going, because when a cop gets shot, everyone wants to go fucking shoot somebody, right? Like, so you can't go. If you came and you got your fancy shoes on and you got your slacks and whatever, you can't. Even if you want to go, you can't, because you don't have any armor in your car. And if you're taking rifle fire, you're not going to go without your hard armor, and they don't have hard armor. So you are nothing. He could have been their best friend in the whole world. I don't know either of them. I don't do that TikTok shit. I don't know either of them. But he could have been the best friend to one of them, and they really could have had a visceral reaction to hearing about him getting shot. And you can't go because you're going to die too. Because you put yourself in a position where you're not operational now. You're not operational. And
the detective. So that's another big argument I have. And our agency transitioned a little bit. Even detectives. I don't know why. Beyond me. Well, I guess nobody wore their vest 30, 40 years ago. I don't get the church clothes thing. I call it church clothes. I don't get the detective church clothes thing. I guess they used to say if you're given a death notification or it was more professional. I guess in society, everybody wore a suit in the 30s and 40s, and every man in New York had a nice hat. We've progressed. We've got all kind of wild shit. Guys are girls, boys are boys, like all kind of shit going on. Everything has changed. I just don't agree with detectives wearing plain clothes. Unless it's narcotics undercover, there's an operation. I can investigate a homicide just as good in an outer carrier and BDUs and a gun and ready. I can just as good as I can do it in pretty brown shoes and salmon pants. And I don't. Now, if you're going to go give a death notification, and we really don't want to do that ever, but we can have the guy on standby with the fancy suit in the locker. Like, hey man, you're up.
You know how many death notifications I gave? Do you not? Yeah, you know what happens? Not a single one of them remember what the fuck I was wearing.
They don't remember who you are.
Anything.
Nope.
They don't know anything about me.
Now, you're interviewing a juvenile for a sex case or a rape victim. Okay, maybe you have a person on standby. Like, hey, go take your class, your military uniform off, and go. You're up. You're going to put on the fancy clothes.
I would never do the detective CID thing. That's not my style. But I damn sure wouldn't do the shirt and tie bullshit. I would still wear a uniform. Yeah.
I remember that was they made it mandatory. So I remember the specific day. It was mandatory that you had to wear the bullshit. I don't even know if we had outer carriers then, but I remember I had to go to a Hood gas station for a follow-up. So I go in with my partner and I'm wearing I got it, man. Pink shirt, nice slacks. I got a gun.
All Miami Vice and shit.
I got a gun, a badge, 2 extra mags, and some handcuffs on. No vest, nothing. And my partner. He goes in the back to watch the store video. And I hear a guy go, Dilks. And I look and he goes, "You put my fucking mama in jail." And I'm like, I don't remember. That dude's huge. I'm like, I don't think that was me. No, it was you. And I'm like, oh boy, here we fucking go. And at that moment, I remember going back to the station going, why the fuck am I in a goddamn hood gas station in fucking church clothes? Mandatory. Like I have to wear this to work every day. And so when I made detectives the second time, we had the class C, which is our outer carrier. I wore that every day. I worked an entire 2 years in CID, and I wore a vest, a gun belt, ready to go. Basically my SWAT gear, because I could interchange it for SWAT. I just had to change my outer vest. Yeah. But I had the same gun belt, my Ronin gun belt. Everything was set up for SWAT. You're right. Like, why do we wear church clothes as investigators? That time is gone.
You know what I'm saying? They go through the whole, like they're talking, like you can't even make the professionalism argument because the most visible thing is your uniform. So you can't say it's not going to be professional because the image that 99% of the citizens you serve is going to see is your uniform. So you're saying it's more professional for us to be walking around in shirt and ties? I don't know. And it ain't even more comfortable. I hate wearing shirt and tie, man. I'd rather just give me our uniform is comfortable as shit.
You got guys. Well, here's the problem. If you're fat and sloppy, you can buy them big size 40 pants and make them nice and comfortable, and you don't have to worry about a loaded vest. Our courthouse had an issue where, again, if I was in charge, I'd tell them to go fuck themselves, where they said that the Class C outer carrier looked too militant. So the bailiffs for our courthouse have to wear a Class B. And I would say, if I was in charge, if I were the sheriff, I'm like, you either want guys in your courtroom, or we'll just leave. You can hire your own bodyguard. This militant look, it doesn't look militant. It does. An outer carrier with BDUs and boots.
It's
like everything else, we've evolved.
In the same places. It's just in a different place.
We've evolved. We don't wear that uniform anymore. Just like we don't do the things we don't drive cars without power steering and without air conditioning.
We don't carry fucking revolvers and shit.
Yeah, we don't have nunchucks unless you're Jerry Worms. Like we don't do that anymore. So times have evolved, and I think the entire profession should evolve with all that stuff. Let's see what we got here. I got made fun of because I had church clothes policy. I wore a clip-on tie. I told the haters keep wearing that regular tie and get into a scrap. Yeah, I mean if you're stuck, that's a great point. Like a tie around your bro. You gotta
come through my VNR class, man. I'll show you how to.
You show how to use it, right?
How to ligature strangle. Yeah.
So if the businessman gets out of control, you gotta.
Oh man, check it out. We went through VNR. So the command staff came through voluntarily because they wanted to know. They were like, we want to know what it's like because we're gonna have to judge it, right? And all of them got voluntarily put to sleep.
VNR for everybody that doesn't know.
VNR. They all got put to sleep. So I don't care where you work. Could you walk up to your major or whatever it was like that? And did you know any of your command staff that would voluntarily go unconscious so they'll know something better to take care of you when they have to talk to somebody about it? I bet you don't.
Everybody in this chat that is a cop is not filling the application out right now for Sandy Springs, I'm going to beat you to it because I got an in with the chief and I'm going to go back to work. Yep. I'm going to go back to work and I'm going to go up there. Yeah, bro, that's just, think about that. That would be almost the equivalent of all of them taking the ride on the taser to go, hey, we got to know what's going on.
And they didn't have to. They came up to our IA guy was the first one. He was, I need to know what this is about, and he was the first one to go to sleep. Yeah.
Well, this is another problem. Like people living in the old times they're not letting guys have optics, and like it's time to like. Yeah. We're there.
Why you don't? And I don't. Some places like, oh, we'll get a rifle, but it can't be what if it's a rifle? Who cares? Like, just go all in.
I don't know what that means.
Ours, I mean, we run the full thing. We have all of our rifles are all suppressed. We all run.
So everybody on the road runs a suppressed. So they won't let it.
Yeah. We run suppressed SBRs. The whole department does. Yeah.
So our agency won't let guys run SBR.
Yeah,
and then no cam. So you're going to get out of your car in an active shooter with a regular and blow your eardrums out with every round that goes off. Yeah. Like again, that's a great that's just another reason to work there. Like to go put in that, and that every administrator should be calling your chief Ken DeZoma and asking him what do I need to do, because he is the example of intelligent, and it's really. But it's like I'm not going to say he's not intelligent. He's common sense. He's common sense.
So we went to a thing. So and it's weird because like it's just. it's the culture of the environment, whatever city that you work in, right? So he went to there was a meeting, right, that of all the chiefs of all the northern agencies, and he was asking because I talked to him. He's like, listen, he's like, he gave me free. He's like, if any of the departments around here want you to come teach them the VNR stuff, just go, just go. And they were of every head of the departments, they were like, hey, does anyone want our guy to come up and show you how to do VNR stuff? Every single person, like you would have thought someone pulled a pin and dropped a grenade in the room. Everyone was like, absolutely not. There's no way we're going to even touch that. So he's like he's on an island. He's on an island. He does all this stuff. He doesn't give a shit what people think. He doesn't care what the other agencies are doing. He doesn't care about their opinions. He's like, this is how we're going to do it. I don't give a shit what you think about it. Watch us. We'll we'll all your criminals for you. We don't care. We don't care. So it's wild to see people like what he does quietly, and then but they're like, oh, we can't do that here, even though they border our agency. Like, it's come on, dude. Yeah.
Check the sheriff shot the judge in Kentucky. I remember this. The dude walked in and shot the judge. That was a while back. I remember seeing that story.
Kentucky or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right. So there we have two options. We have option A, which is the most unpopular option, which is we are going to catch every criminal we can. We're going to push it to the limit. We're going to do the LVNR. We're going to pit. We're going to pursue. And we're going to do that. Then you have, oh my God, I would never do that. I don't understand. I don't understand that other side. I don't understand grown men that, again, wear this suit and call themselves sheepdogs and all this stuff. Grown men.
I always hate that term. I hate that term.
Grown men. I've never owned a Thin Blue Line item.
I hate that sheepdog shit.
I used to go out of town and tell people if I had to go, I would say I work for the county. What do? I cut grass. Like, I didn't even tell people I was a cop. But why would you not want to be that? Like, I don't understand. Like, and I'll never get in charge, but if I got in charge, I would call your chief and be like, fly down here wherever I'm at and bring your policy manual and all your training stuff.
We'll show everyone. We are very open about all of it. We show everyone. There's not, and like, we want to help everyone. We want the carry over. So it's funny. So Sandy Springs is called the Kingdom. It's referred to as the Kingdom where we work, because everyone kind of looks over the fence and watches to see what we're doing, because we police the way everyone, all these things you talk about how policing should be done, we do it. And we have our bullshit everywhere has bullshit. Mm-hmm. But as far as policing goes, as far as you can police the most lawfully aggressive way to do it, we do it. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with the way that we do it. I don't care if you don't like aggressive policing doesn't look good a lot of times, but that's what has to happen. So
carrying one of your cops in a casket doesn't look very good either.
Yeah, there was one. It was funny. I was watching. So I like to read the comments about they post stuff on us, and like there's some people are haters, whatever. People are talking about. One guy posted a comment the other day saying something about, see where Sandy Springs is spending their money and blah 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 whatever. And one of the citizens chimed up and said exactly what you want to hear. She's like as an actual tax paying citizen of Sandy Springs, she's like, I don't give a shit where the money goes. I don't care. It's not up to me. All I know is I feel extremely safe. My department is extremely professional. Every Sandy Springs police officer I've talked to has been nothing but nice and professional, and I support them in everything they absolutely do. That's what you want to have happen. Yeah.
And that's the right support. So there's the wrong support, which is like, the people that I just like the police or they're great, and you have the sheriffs or the chiefs that just put on a show and stand up there, and then their departments are absolute disasters, and there's no organization. They don't do any real police work. But you can fool the public a little bit, but you can't fool the guys. And that's why Sandy Springs has a full agency that's on a podcast announcing a rare opening. And then you have agencies that would take, a fly would be, hey, can we get that fly in a patrol car to drive around? Like, we need them. Like, that's the difference in being aggressive and well-manned, well-managed, in shape, and pushing all those things that cops should be. And on the other side is just willy-nilly, we'll take anybody with a pulse, and we'll have an agency full of out-of-shape people. We'll have a command staff full of people that are spineless. They can't get it right. They have no idea what they're doing. That's the two things. And with the right, you know that Sandy Springs will be passed down when your chief goes to somebody with that same mentality, and they will keep that rolling. Versus, and that's the problem with the sheriff's office, I guess, is like, you know, the city, a lawyer could win, a doctor could win sheriff, anybody can be elected sheriff. You don't have to be a cop. Versus, you know, I know city council has a little bit to do, but once you get that baseline, you would have to. I don't know how you would undo what Sandy Springs has done.
And that's the biggest thing is like they're like I said, the biggest thing is the support. The city loves the reputation our department has. They love how well we do our job. They love that criminals are scared to come to our city. They don't need to know. They don't want to figure out all the details about what they. I mean, we post off the Instagram. You see us wrecking cars and doing whatever, but they're like, yeah, that's what happens when you come here, and that's the culture the department has, that is supported, so it'll carry on.
So there's the loudmouths like me that have something to say about everything. And then there's people that are negative about everything. Like I love everything you guys are doing. There's people that are going to hate everything you're doing. Those are going to be your two loudest people because they like to talk. In the middle is an entire community that just goes, I feel safe, and I'm not going to get online and talk about it. I'm not going to comment on this post. But I watch these guys flipping cars upside down and crashing. And if I know that my bike is stolen or I get robbed or there's a burglary, something that may seem so minimal and some agencies would blow up, I know these guys are going to take it very serious. They're going to do a really good job. And if that guy decides to run, I know that dude's going to end up upside down in a canal somewhere, and he's going to go to jail. So loudmouths like me that support it, loudmouths that hate it, and your general population feels extremely safe and extremely happy about what you guys are doing. They're just never going to speak up and say anything about it. And that's who you're really working for, is those hardworking citizens in the middle that go to work, come home, do their job, and they just want to be protected. And you cannot tell me, it's like saying we're going to go to war, but we're not going to shoot any bullets at anybody. Like, we're not going to chase after the bad guy when he does a suicide bomb or he does an IED. We're not going to go we're just going to let him go. It's our version of war. Criminals, burglaries, robberies, carjackings. We don't chase those people. They're just going to keep doing it. And yeah, we're not always going to catch them, and they may die. Sorry. Like, you may get pit and you may fly out the window and die. Like, wasn't my fault. I didn't rob the bank. Yeah. But the NFAC shows up, man. It's like, it's like, you may die, but don't run. And then there's the entire other thing, which is, well, if we don't chase anybody, nobody will get hurt. But you know what? They're going to go back to where they came from, and they're going to go to that town. Go to that town and commit robbery. Go to that town and do a burglary. They're not going to chase you. You can get away with anything in that town. And they're going to learn. And it's like the broken window theory that you let it go, you let it go, you let it go, and eventually you're going to be the crime capital of the world. Look at her ticket. A GSP term, right? Got to write your seatbelt tickets.
Oh yeah, man. Your tickets. Every ticket saves a life.
Yeah, those pits would save lives. So
yeah.
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on again. It's always cool to talk to you and get your perspective. I think you're one of the most squared away dudes I know, cop wise. I mean, you've done it all. You're on YouTube, like you said, Google it, and people get to hear it from you. So I appreciate it, man.